When you look around, those of us that's been around here in District D for a very long time, we started off with long black hair, and now the hair has turned another color. And we have joined the young generation with the hair. So we are all still here, and we are much wiser. We have spent many years utilizing the information that Charles has provided us to make sure that those that we serve in our community have more information, better information, in order to serve those that we serve on this low level. And there is nothing else to say other than for us to join me in giving a round of applause for the man who has served our area and us for many, many years, and we appreciate him dearly, Mr. Charles X. White.
Let us bow our heads, please. Lord, we praise you and thank you for these moments that you allow us to come together for the purpose of being of service to our communities and to share in the vision that this community has. We thank you that we can give valuable time and volunteer time and positive effort to make sure that this place is better off when we leave than what it was when we came. Lord, help us to make a difference in the season that you have given us to serve. We bless your name in Jesus' name. Amen.
Well, I don't see that other little white-haired fella, Councilmember Kubas. Is he in here? Well, you know you always got to have a plan B. And our plan B is none other than the man with the pen, the man with the scales of justice. Y'all know who I'm talking about? This is our county attorney, y'all. He's gonna do the pledge, the civic engagement oath that Councilmember Kubas wants to do for us today. Would you please stand for the civic engagement oath?
Thank you very much, Charles. If you follow me as I say this, first, I pledge my support to the economic, educational, civic and social growth of my community. Further, I hereby commit my time and energy as we in the spirit of unity work for the general good and welfare of our communities. To these ends, and the betterment of humanity, I shall continue my efforts to enhance all aspects of my community. So help me God. Thank you.
Now, we're going to switch one item. With all the candidates, there shouldn't be any candidates or elected officials in here that are not co-sponsors. So if you are, when I call the elected officials and the candidates up, you shouldn't get up. Because if you do get up, you're going to get put out. I mean, escorted. Well, I got something for you, Ms. Boone, too. Would all of the candidates and the elected officials come down front and stand, please? come on now. Y'all ain't, we on the clock. Oh, Lord, Miss Dawson came off of the cruise ship to be here. Look at Miss Dawson. You should have been at home asleep, Miss Dawson, coming in here off that cruise ship. I don't know, she said she went to Brazil and all kind of places. Where's Beverly? Her and Beverly got this travel agency. Where's Beverly? From Sunny Sewell. There she is right there. So if y'all want to travel somewhere, see you one of them. Now, for the people that are new, I need to give y'all some information. Hold it down over there with that fruit cup. Y'all get to talking a little bit too much. Ms. Boone said, be nice today. I'm going to be nice. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a rumor. All rumors are not true. I took a management class in 1978, the second time I went to college. And in a management class, they said all rumors have some element of truth. So I'm gonna hold on to that element, and I don't care how big it is, but I'm gonna tell y'all this story. Because this is a day you ought to know what is going on today with this breakfast that marks a difference. We started this breakfast in 2002 with 135 people. At his church, we had over 800 one time, 2006. During those early years of the breakfast, we had no guidelines until 2009. But the word got back to me that one party was telling people that this breakfast is not for them. Let me do that again. Not for them. You hear me? But today, we got plenty of Republicans and Democrats. Hear me now. I told you it don't make no difference to me. We want to know who's going to do the best job. Y'all agree with that or disagree with that? We don't care if they're white or black, Asian, Hispanic, or Martian. Now, we may have to have a discussion about Martians. So we don't know what the hell they're going to do. Excuse me. Well, y'all know I used to shoot crap, drink. Y'all know? Come on. Back in the day, okay, Ms. Moon said be nice. Let me get back to the business. Now, these candidates are going to introduce themselves. They're going to tell you what their name is and what their position is, and they're going to ask you for their vote. We don't want no speeches, y'all. That's why we gave you that little practice session at the meet and greet. Let you get it all out. So when you got here, you can follow the instructions. Hopefully. Now, where's the Reverend Gill? All right. Now, come on, Reverend Gill, the first person. Y'all just go right down the line.
Good morning. My name is Judge Sherry Dean, and I am running for re-election for the 309 Family Court, one of the most important courts in Harris County.
Good morning. My name is Shannon Baldwin. I am running for Judge of Harris County Criminal Court Law number 4, asking for your vote and your support. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Toria J. Finch, and I'm running for Judge of Harris County Criminal Court at Law number 9, and I am asking for your support. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Melanie Flowers, and I'm running for Judge of the 257th Family District Court. I'm from the community, and I'm asking for your support. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Hemphill, and I am running for the 189 Civil District Court, and I would appreciate your vote. Sharon Hemphill, 189.
Good morning. My name is Linda Marie Johnson. I'm running for the 309th Family District Court. I value your vote, and I'm asking for your vote.
Good morning. My name is Latasha Lewis Payne. I'm running for the 55th Civil District Court, and I ask you to please vote for me in November.
Good morning. My name is Scott Dollinger. My friends call me Dolly. I'm on your ballot as Scott Dolly Dollinger. I'm running for the 189th Civil District Court because it's about justice for all, not justice for some.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeremy Brown. I am running for the Justice of the Peace Precinct 7 Place 1 seat. I'm asking for your vote. Again, it's Jeremy Brown, Justice of the Peace Precinct 7 Place 1.
My name is Sharon Burney. I'm running for Justice of the Peace Precinct 7 Place 2. Place 1, Place 2. And I'm grateful for your past support and asking for you to carry me through on November 6th. Thank you.
My name is Zanetta Burney, and I'm current Justice for the Peace 7-2, and the mother of the next Justice of the Peace.
All right. Now let me say something right quick. Get up to now, I want to thank all of our co-sponsors, and I want you to give them a hand because they're paying for the food and all of that. Now let me say this. Now come May, I'm going to talk about Atherton Elementary School in a minute, right? Let me tell you about Judge Burney. In 2009, when we started having guidelines and stuff like that, we didn't start having co-sponsorships then, but we started having guidelines. Before we started having guidelines, Judge Burney took it upon herself. Now this is 2008. She's been a co-sponsor of every breakfast, whether she's here or not, since 2008. She's the one who kicked it off. Did you hear what I said? Y'all think I'm that smart? But I know how to read the landscape. Now, Councilmember Kubash is going to introduce our speaker, who is, oh, wait a minute. When we get to passing the food out, they're going to circulate and ask you for their vote again. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. and we're going to have him Skype in. Harry, can you put his picture up at 9:20? It's 9:16 now, so we Councilmember Kubash is going to introduce Al Davis. All right now, Ms. Boone, hey, y'all leave Ms. Boone alone. Y'all don't be shaking hands on the way out. Wait a minute now, we're going to get to the biscuits about 9:35, so just, I didn't say nothing about the grits, but the grits over there too. And the 2 meats and the fruit. Y'all know what the menu is. Y'all come on in here now. Now, Councilmember Kubash is going to say something. Are we ready with the Al Davis? He's going to do Al Davis' interview before the Al Davis get on the line. It's going to be audio and not video. But Al Davis, Councilmember Kubash is going to give you a brief outline of who he is.
Thank you very much. Al Davis is one of
Hold it over here. Wait a minute. Remember I told y'all once crowd. I know this is a new crowd. We went through a training with the National Association of Parliamentarians. We try to be right and exact. In their training, they said, anytime somebody comes up to the rostrum, the audience is silent. That's protocol. And Ms. Boone asked me to be nice. And y'all need to stop that talking at them tables while we conducting this. And in a few minutes, we're going to be in our social order. Can y'all work with me on that? Yeah. I can't hear you. Yeah.
Whenever you think of Al Davis, you think of a veteran, somebody who has served our military as a Marine. He's also highly educated. He went to one of our most prestigious engineering schools in Texas A&M up at College Station. When you think of Al Davis, think of the word preparedness. I could read his resume to you, but it's all about being prepared, preparing the community for whatever might come our way. That would be a hurricane, a natural disaster, and God knows what all it could be. You remember we were worried about dirty bombs a while back. Anything that might happen to this community, it's preparedness. And Al Davis is all about preparing us for whatever might take place. He's also trained over 2.6 million people already in the area of preparedness. In fact, when I think of preparedness, I look in the back of the room and I see our president of our firefighters union, Marty Langton. Good to see you, Marty. And it's because our firefighters are part of our preparedness and what we are doing to be prepared when a disaster comes. So, with no further ado, I want to give it to you, and he's going to be calling in and speaking to us.
Yes, sir. All right. Now, Al Davis is, listen at what he does, one of the things he does. He's the chairman of the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium. That means nationwide. So he is the one that helps create training programs, recovery programs, and preparedness programs. He's going to give us, in commemoration to September being Preparedness Month, and we'll give you the program before you leave. You'll see that we are commemorating September being Preparedness Month, September the 11th of 2001, and we just did our whirlwind tour. I don't know how many times I ran into Scott Dollinger, but he was out there at National Night Out, going to all that I guess he could go to. So those are the three preparedness events that we are commemorating for the day. And as soon as Al gets on the phone, Marty, why don't you make your way up in case Al is late? He already late. Yeah, come on, Shaw. And now this Shaw that's coming with him, y'all, he into them Northside Shaws. Not the Acres Home Shaw, the Fifth Ward Campbell Garden Shaw. Y'all know Robert Lee. Now, this was supposed to be a 1-2 punch with Al and Marty would focus on the 9/11 comments, and plus he wants to talk to you about Proposition B. Come on, Marty. Marty is the president of the Houston Professional Firefighters Association, and Shaw is the president of the Professional Black Firefighters Association. All right, Marty, you got it? And he's co-sponsor. Now, y'all, you know, look here, them politicians didn't come up with that much money.
Thank you all for having us this morning. It's a pleasure to be here. Charles, thank you very much.
My name is Marty Langton, President of the Houston Professional Firefighters Association. We represent 4,000
I'll take us here, Chairman of the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium. First of all, Charles, thank you for having me participate here remotely from College Station, Texas. And basically, what I want to add to the conversation, that the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium, which is an organization consisting of 4 university entities, and here at the Texas A&M University Systems National Emergency Response and Recovery Training Center, we are major DHS FEMA training partners. And based upon the lessons we have learned from the recovery, response and recovery, I should say, of Hurricane Harvey, one of the big things that we are pushing is recovery training. And with that said, we have already, since Hurricane Harvey recovery efforts started, we have already piloted 2 courses, one for management level personnel and one for senior officials on recovery. We're also home to Texas Task Force 1 and 2, who did the response. And in my job as the chairman of the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium, what I focus on is to make sure that all communities are aware that we have federally funded training, direct delivery training, where we come to jurisdictions, state and local jurisdictions, to actually train not only community members, but folks who emergency management coordinators, elected officials, county judges, and what have you, on the recovery process. And that training is normally funded by DHS FEMA. So we find that if we look at the national numbers of communities taking advantage of our training, we want to make sure that everyone knows that there's training out there. And we have recognized and realized that recovery is the Achilles heel, not only of the Texas, state of Texas, but the nation also, and that is from DHS FEMA officials. So again, that's why we're focusing there. Lastly, I had an opportunity maybe 4 or 5 months ago to visit with Charles and his efforts, and we want to make sure that we avail ourselves to the community. And our website is www.ndpc.us. Again, being prepared in my mind starts with training. So I'll pause here to see if there are any other questions, Charles, that you're typing in on the chat that I can respond to.
We don't have a chat. He can't hear. So, and his tech person was supposed to call me. So, we're going to improvise. You type it? You can type any questions for Al?
The website. They want to know the website.
We'll tell them that. Ask Al, how important is it for community, everyday people to be trained and prepared? And that'll be our one question. Y'all know we got the technology now. I mean, come on. So our IT guy from the church is Kerry Rockamore, and he's typing the question in to Al.
Community preparedness is very, very important. One of the main tenets that we stress in our training is that the first time you meet someone is not during an emergency. And when we talk about a community being prepared, we're talking about not only those local and state government entities, but also What about the private entities and community-based entities that all have a role in emergency preparedness? And that's the response and the recovery report. And it is very important, I want to underscore also that we bring the training to those jurisdictions, and it's very important that everyone who has a role is in on that training. And we started the courses that we just recently come up with. We started here in College Station. We had folks from the Council of Government, we had folks from the fire department, the police department, the schools, the Walmarts, and things of that nature. But again, that's very, very important.
All right, tell them we're going to sign off now. We have 7 minutes before we break for the social and the breakfast. And before we break, we're gonna hear from Marty, and then we're gonna break. We almost perfect.
Thank you very much, Charles. And if there's anything I can do to assist, please don't hesitate to contact me. And again, the website for the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium is www.ndpc.us.
Thank you all again. I don't know where I was. I thought God was talking to me, but then I realized it was not. My name is Marty Langton, President of the Houston Professional Firefighters Association. It has been the absolute honor of my life to represent the third largest municipal fire department in the nation. 4,000 brave men and women who cover this entire city. These men and women go through incredible ordeals on a daily basis, and I have never been more proud. And what we were discussing as it relates to preparedness in 9/11, I remember where I was on 9/11, and I remember in my 19-year career, veteran of the fire service, while everybody was running down the stairs, one of the stories that struck me from New York was the comment, the quote that a citizen made, said, "The look in the firefighter's eyes, I knew where I was going. He didn't know where he was going." He didn't make it back that day, but that's the risk that every man and woman that's out there is willing to take for everybody. No matter what your zip code is, no matter what your beliefs are, in my opinion, one of the purest professions, when the alarm goes off, it's 100% every time. It has also been my absolute honor to work with my good friend, the president of the Black Firefighters Association, President DeLand Shaw. I'm going to let him say a few words, and I promise, I know that the food's almost ready, so we won't keep you too long.
Good morning. Like I said, my name is DeLand Shaw. I'm the president of the Houston Black Firefighters Association. I've been in the fire department for 24 years. I've worked in this area for 12 years on Scott Street at 46s, at 25s, and I also worked at 33s. We're currently in a referendum for Proposition B. For Proposition B, we're asking for your support. Proposition B is a referendum to get us fair and equal pay with HPD. We currently make considerable amount less than they do. We don't do the exact same jobs, but our job is to protect and to serve the citizens of Houston. And that's what we do 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. Rain, sleet, snow, we're coming. You call 911 within 6 to 10 minutes, I'm standing in your living room. Okay? We worked hard for what we do for you guys, and we're asking for your support to vote yes on Proposition B. B is better. Okay? A is good, but B is better. So we're asking for your support. Spread the word. Tell your neighbors.
Thank you. Last bit, and I know Charles will come take firefighters have made in this 2-year-long ordeal that we've had in order to get fair and equal pay. It has taken the firefighters this long. I ask people all the time, how many of you all out there that work hard every day have had to work this hard just to get somebody to pay attention to the ability to have fair and equal treatment? What I will tell you, in the audience, we have Charles Ingram, a 29-year veteran of the fire service. We've got past Fire Chief Flanagan, which I believe he wasn't there when I was there, was about 30, 35 years in the fire service, and Freddie Jackson with 30 years. I encourage you to speak to the firefighters. I encourage you to speak to them directly. Ask them, and when it comes to November 6th for early voting, we ask that you really take a look, because this initiative and this referendum does not call for any percentage increase for the firefighters. If anybody can show me where on the ballot language it says anything about a 25% raise, we will tell everybody to vote no. But if you look at it, it is simply asking the city to recognize and equally value the service and sacrifice. So I only have one more thing to add, and I'm going to put it just like the President Glenn Shaw said. I got one difference with him. He said B is better, but B is best. Please support Houston firefighters. Vote yes to Prop B. Thank you.
All right. Rick, could you come stand at the door? Y'all remember Rick Flanagan? Rick, come this way. Just come so they'll see. Dean Harrington. Now, listen up. I know we're finna eat, but listen up. Georgia, how you doing? Georgia, how you doing? Y'all stop all that over there. You heard Al Davis from Texas A&M. But this guy and myself are putting together a tour of the center that he's over, which is the Houston Emergency Command Center. We're going to tell you that after, we'll tell you more about that after we eat. So, it's 9:35, it's time to eat. We are family, and it's time to eat. Candidates, elected officials, you can move around now.
Okay. Hello, I'm Theo Harrington, the acting dean of the Barbara Jordan Mickle Leland School of Public Affairs. We're here at the Community Breakfast Partnership today to promote the Emergency Management and Homeland Security Program. We have become very much affiliated with charity production, and in our affiliation we hope to advocate for a community role, particularly in terms of preparedness, response, mitigation, and recovery. And in that effort, what we plan to do is to initiate a program that will allow for citizens to be trained as community advocates in those areas, particularly, again, for preparation, preparedness in terms of disasters. The second thing, of course, will be response, and the third, mitigation, and the fourth, recovery. That is our hope and our dream, that we will establish such relationships that we will have a group of citizen advocates prepared to assist in those 4 areas. Thank you.
I'm Congressman Al Green, and I proudly represent the 9th Congressional District in Texas. I'm honored to be here today with Brother Charles White and Charity Productions. This is their 34th year of service to our community. 34 years of engaging on the issues that are critical and crucial to the people within the 9th Congressional District and beyond. So I'm grateful today that he continues this effort, and I'm also proud that he not only takes on the issues, but he brings the people together so that they can better understand the issues. This has been a trademark, a hallmark, if you will, of Charity Productions. 34 years of service. Thank God for you. Hope you'll have at least 100 more. I'm your Congressman Al Green.
Good morning. I'm Constable May Walker, and I am so happy to be here at this breakfast this morning. We are receiving a lot of really good information in reference to preparedness. We don't know if we'll have a hurricane here. We don't know what might happen here, but we want everybody to really pay attention and be prepared in the event that a hurricane or some kind of incident should happen in the city of Houston. And I'm so glad to see Mr. Charles White that's putting emphasis on preparedness. And I hope everybody is able to get some valuable information out of this meeting this morning. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm State Senator Boris Miles from Senate District 13, your senator. I'm here at the Charles X. White breakfast. I want to congratulate Charles on 17 years of successful breakfasts, informing the community on political issues, business issues, economic issues surrounding our community that affect our community. Charles, congratulations on 17 years.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Skillern-Jones, HISD School Board President and Trustee for District 2. We're here today with Charles X. White at the breakfast as he gets out information to our community about a number of issues. He is a big proponent of emergency preparedness, and coming off the wake of Harvey, we know that that's an immense interest in our area and something that's very needed. As HISD School Board President, we are trying to support him by ensuring that our students who are now able to attend classes to become EMTs, we're trying to expand that program to ensure that they are other career strands in emergency preparedness that we can expose them to and go into and to have a more robust choice for their career fields. So we're doing that, getting that information today, and we're also out here today saying get out the vote. No matter what your choices are, please make them. Your vote is your voice. We need to hear from you at the ballot box. Please ensure that this November you get out and make your voice heard. Thank you.
Hello, how are you doing today? My name is Phil Lopez, and I work for a company that just started here in the community. The company's name is NG Southwest Container Products. I'm here. I have the support of Charles X. White in my pocket here. The most important thing I'm bringing to the table is creating jobs. Creating jobs in our community is the #1 focus we have. I'm small right now. The company is a small business, but our goal is to grow. Our goal is to improve the economy, and our goal is to improve and increase the jobs within our community. I want to thank Charles and everybody here for what they've allowed me to accomplish, and I hope I have everybody's support. Thank you.
Now, he wants to say something to you about what they are doing right now. And for those of you who don't know, this is State Senator Boris Miles, and this is the board trustee for Houston Independent School District. Didn't you say you had to go to Wheaton? Oh, y'all good? Okay. Well, y'all sit. No.
I would like to say y'all give it up for Charles X. White. Y'all give it up for Charles X. White. 17 years of doing these breakfasts for our community. He's doing a good job, although he's crazy as I don't know what. Good morning, Congressman. Good to see you. Good morning, family. Good morning, family. It's so good to be back in the house and be with you all again. I want to thank you all for all the prayers y'all have given me over the past 4 months. I had a little illness. I'm looking out in the audience and seeing some of you all who personally gave me calls. I want to thank you for that. But I'm back up and I'm back in the saddle. Councilwoman May, I'm back in the saddle, standing straight up and fighting for you each and every day. Hey, listen, real quick, and I'm going to hand the mic over to our trustee, Ms. Jones. This election cycle, listen to me. Erica, come on, I'm gonna get like Charles. Come on, listen to me. This election cycle, family, is probably gonna be the most important election cycle of our times. I need you, we need you to make sure not only do you go out and vote, but bring 2 more people with you. This is the last time, legally, that we will be able to use a straight Democratic ticket. But I need us to use it in large numbers because it's going to help us with the lawsuit to document how effective and how much we need straight party ticket voting. Okay? But we need to double our numbers. So please, take this very, very serious. Because we're talking about the election process and the future of our children and what's to come out of elections. So please, I'm asking you as your state senator, I'm not on the ballot, so I'm not running for anything. I don't come back on the ballot until 2020. Thank you for allowing me to be your state senator for the last 2 years. I hope and pray every day that I wake up that I'm representing you in the way and the manner that you want me to and being the proper voice for you. With that being said, I cannot leave this stage. Y'all heard from the firefighters already. Let me make sure you understand something. The vote on Proposition B is not a vote against or for firefighters. Everybody in this room loves their firefighters. All right? Give a round of applause. Everybody in this room loves their firefighters. So don't take that on Proposition B as a vote against or for firefighters. But this is a vote for, and I want you to think about this. If your employee walked in your office and demanded a 25% raise, or think about it this way. Could you walk in your employer's office and ask for a 25% raise? It wouldn't happen. And I tell you what I tell one of my employees, you don't want to hear. Understand something, I'll wrap it up, Charles. As a state legislator, we tried to get the firefighters to negotiate their pay raises. Under Mayor Parker 3 years ago, and they walked away from the table. That's the truth, because I was right there. Now, under Mayor Turner, they won't go again to the negotiation table. They could have been had by now, Mayor Parker offered them 3%, 4%, Mayor Turner offered them 9%. That's 13% raise they could have had right now. But yet now you want to walk in and hold a gun to the mayor's head and to the city of Houston's head? Let me tell you something. $98 million when we already running a tight deficit in the city, that's hard money. Somebody gonna get laid off. Somebody's community center is not gonna get built, Sunnyside. So I want you to understand something. A vote against Proposition B, all that does, it doesn't say, firefighters, we don't love you, we don't appreciate you. All that says is go back to the table with the city and negotiate your pay raise. Okay? Please understand that. Charles is telling me to leave. Hey y'all, I'm your boy from Southside, Texas. I love you. Keep the faith, keep the fight. Stay on the board's mind.
Good morning. I want to first thank Charles ex-wife.
You won't say it.
Not at all. I'm part of the Joyful Noah's choir.
I'm sorry. I need a personal favor from y'all. Melanie, stand up. Y'all know this lady? Y'all know that lady? Y'all know that lady? That is the mother of my two oldest kids. That's the former Miss Miles, Congressman. And she's running for judge with 247, 257. And if I get off this stage and I don't say, ask y'all to vote for her, my child support might go up. Melanie Miles, qualified, certified. Melanie Flowers now, her new name, Melanie Flowers. We're still family. It takes a village, y'all know that. So please, get out and support Melanie Flowers. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Senator Miles. I just want to first thank Charles' ex-wife for doing this. I don't normally come to the Southside breakfasts. He bans me. Normally I have to just stay to the north side, but he doesn't come over here today. But thank you for years of doing what needs to be done, making sure that we have the information that we need. Because an informed vote is not a wasted vote. And when Senator Miles says that we need to concentrate on getting out the vote, we do. We need to vote in this election as if our lives depended on it, because it does. Our lives literally depend on us turning out the vote in November. Not just for ourselves, but for our children, for our neighbors, for our communities. We can be the voice. Your one vote can make an impact for the entire city, the entire state, and subsequently this nation. And so it is important that we not stay home. It is important that we encourage others around us. It is important that we make our children, our grandkids, our nieces, our nephews, everyone that has the ability to vote needs to be there to do that. And anything you can do to assist them, please do that. I want to thank you also for the emergency preparedness. He has hooked the school district in Texas Southern up to ensure that our kids have career pathways. You have linked the district in Texas Southern University so that we can ensure that our kids have more robust career pathways by offering them emergency management and homeland security options for kids who want those. So thank you for helping to do this.
Now look, no. Now listen, I'm going to bring the congressman up, but I don't want nobody to leave before I say what I got to say about this election and every damn thing else that has been going this way, that way. I'm going to take it straight ahead. Calm down. We have the congressman here from the 9th Congressional District, all the way from the state of Florida to Texas Southern, to the courthouse, now to the White House, the Congress House. We have Congressman Al Green. Now, I don't know him.
Thank you very much, Brother Charles. Would you kindly extend another expression of appreciation to Brother Charles for 34 years with Charity Productions. Let's hear from Brother Charles, please. 34 years Charity Productions. I was touched by something that happened just a moment ago. In these times of difficulties with relationships, when Senator Miles introduced his former spouse and gave her a very strong endorsement, the endorsement meant something, I'm sure, but it meant something to me for him to say, "This is my former wife." It meant something for me for him to say, "We're on good terms." We have to have good relationships and friendships with each other if we're going to be effective. It meant something. I'm going to speak to you in just a minute about history. Herstory was made when the Honorable Zanetta Burney became judge over Precinct 7, first woman ever. She served along with another person who made herstory, not history. Herstory. It's not a word, but it should be. When the Honorable May Walker was elected constable. But now we have something else happening that I think we have to take note of. Another Bernie will take the bench, making it 2 women in a row, and the daughter of the Honorable Senator Bernie. This is important to our community because women are showing that they can not only lead, but they can also support each other. This is a mother supporting her daughter. That means something to us. That means something. There's a lot to be said, but I'm just going to stay with history today. If we have a November to remember, and you can make it a November to remember, but if we have a November to remember, for the very first time in history, history will be made when the Honorable Maxine Waters becomes the chair of the Financial Services Committee in the Congress of the United States of America, which means that all of the banks, doesn't matter what size, doesn't matter where they're located, if they're in the United States of America, they will be under the Honorable Maxine Waters. All of Wall Street will be under the Honorable Maxine Waters. All of the credit unions will be under the Honorable Maxine Waters. And it is important for us to know, and no one should be offended, that she is a black woman. That's important. Also, history will be made when on that same committee, the subcommittee on housing, will be chaired by the Honorable Emmanuel Cleaver. He just happens to be a black man. On that same committee, the subcommittee on monetary policy will be chaired by a black woman, the Honorable Wynn Moore. History is there. By the way, there is nothing wrong with black people being in charge. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being proud to say that. Because there's nothing wrong with white people being in charge. So it's just that our time has come. Our time has come. We but only have to make this a November to remember. How can we do it? You don't have to be as wealthy as the Honorable Vince Ryan to vote. You don't have to own a home as fabulous as the Honorable Senator has to vote. You don't have to be able to shoot as straight as our constable to vote. You don't have to have had the many years of service for the community as the Boones have to vote. You only but have to be registered and find your way to the polls to vote. And by the way, I don't have a perfect voting record. I'm an imperfect voter. You don't have to have a perfect voting record. You don't have to have voted in the last 5 elections or the last election. You don't have to ever have voted at all, but if you were registered this time, you can vote and you can make November a November to remember. So I beg and plead that you would honor the hue and cry, the clarion call from the Senator. I beg and plead that you would do what so many others have done to advance the cause of liberty and justice for all. And by the way, I want to thank you for allowing me, as the senator said, I want to thank you for allowing me to go all the way to Washington, D.C. and be your voice. Your voice. Thank you for that. It is a preeminent privilege to serve you. It is a superlative pleasure to serve you. It is a splendiferous honor to serve you in the Congress of the United States of America. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Let's vote like we've never voted before. Vote like your right to vote depends on it, because if you don't vote, you can be removed from the rolls. Vote like your right to vote depends on it. God bless you. Thank you so much.
All right. I need to clarify a couple of things before I clarify a bunch of things. Now, y'all don't see Boris's name as a co-sponsor in Rhonda Skillings-Jones, but I want to share this with you so y'all won't say I never told y'all what happened. Some of y'all don't know, but Boris has been ill off and on, and he has co-sponsored 2 breakfasts that he didn't get a chance to come to. That's right. You understand? So I didn't want to disallow him because he couldn't, it was beyond his control, you know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty good for me to do that. I mean, that's the right thing to do. Now, Rhonda Skillings-Jones co-sponsored the breakfast, and she never showed up. A year ago. Y'all don't hear me.
This year too.
Huh?
This year too. The Northside breakfast this year.
Yeah, this one too. This year too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now, let me tell you what we got. It's 9:20. We're trying to get out of here at 9:35. No, at the latest, what did I say? 9:30. I say 10:20. I told y'all I get squared up. It's 10:20. We want to be gone at 20 minutes to 11. In other words, we're going to be gone in 20 minutes. Now we got on your calendar, on the agenda, it's Phil. You haven't been up here yet. Oh, come on, Phil. And then we got Proposition A and Proposition B. Congresswoman Lee is on her way, and then I'm going to have the closing remarks after Congresswoman Lee. And I'm not going to leave the stage when she talks, because y'all know how she can get. I'm going to have her watching everything. Now, Phil, come here, Phil. Phil is a local businessman that's opening up a company on Alameda. And in his projections, he plans to hire up to 50 people from the surrounding area. He is a co-sponsor of the breakfast, and I want to give him that opportunity to talk to you and meet you, because we're going to have a tour of his plant Tuesday the 9th. Phil Lopez.
First of all, I want to take this time to thank Charles X. White for giving us this opportunity to speak in front of the community. I think, in my opinion, the community is what brings people together. The community is what helps companies like us trying to take it to the next level. We're a startup business. We're competing against companies that probably have 100 times more than what we have. But there's one thing that those companies are missing. That's heart. And I'm here to tell you that we're a business that's going to thrive in the community. We're a business that's working hard to succeed and grow the economics of not only our company, but our surrounding areas. The restaurants, the vendors, the different customers, everybody we can help. I got a little story though, Mr. Charles, if you don't mind that I can tell.
I don't mind, but don't remember.
In 2012, there was a 6'3" individual that worked for a company for 26 years. Gave it everything he had. Gave up birthdays with his kids, did everything he could to grow this business. In 2012, a bank decided to take over. So the first thing they did was lay off people. And guess what? That 6'3" guy was one of those individuals that was let go. For 1 year, I struggled. Unemployed. Almost lost my house. Couldn't afford to even pay the bills. And to that day, when I finally got the opportunity to work, I decided no more. This will never, ever happen again in my family. And my priority will be to create jobs. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you that my job is to create jobs for this community, create jobs and make sure that somebody that needs a job can go look for a job. That's why I'm here. Through Charles X. White and the civic groups and the committees that surround the community that I'm working at, that's my goal, is to offer the opportunity for those individuals that need a job. Because living through that experience, and I hope nobody here has lived that, it brings you very low in life. It takes you to an area that I don't want anybody to live. Because being unemployed takes you to an area that you didn't know existed. So my goal here is to give you a briefing of what the company is, who we are, basically make sure you realize that I'm here. I started, if we can go to the next slide, please. We started this company in 2016. We started with 2.5 employees, and please don't get confused, that half wasn't a short person. The half was a part-time guy, because I couldn't afford to pay everybody. I worked without a salary for as long as I could. But right now, I thank everybody here. We're at 28 employees now, from 2016. And I look at it a little bit differently, not 28 employees, it's 28 families. Because I multiply that by 5 members of 28. That's how many people I'm feeding. If I look into the future, I'm going to be over 50 employees. With the help of the community, with the support of Charles X. White, I know I'm going to get there. And I know I'm going to remember the fact that when I was unemployed, there was nobody there to help me. And now I'm here to help. I'm here to help the community and do everything I can to compete against some very big companies that are out there fighting against us. We're not going to stop. And my goal is to continue to grow and hopefully expand into other areas. But I'm here to let you know I need the community support. The businessman, we manufacture empty steel containers for the petrochemical business. We manufacture containers out of steel. If we go to the next slide, I told, and I'm offering to everybody, we're having an open house on Tuesday, October the 9th. Everybody's welcome to join. There's going to be a sign-up sheet. I would love everybody to go, because it gives me extreme pleasure to show everybody what we've done. From a guy that was unemployed several years ago to what we're doing now, I feel good. I didn't do it by myself. I had the man up above assisting me. But God, we got it done. We got it done. For those that can't join us, there's some pictures of the plant that we built. Now, everybody might say, Phil, you're not a big company. We're not a big company. We're a very small company. But man, we're a very good company. We're a good company. And that's our target. If we go to the next slide, you'll see we went to the extreme on what we needed to do. The cleanest plant, the most environmentally friendly plant. We think of the employees as our family. So I'm out here to tell you, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Next slide, please. And I think our vision here is very simple. You know, our vision here is to continue to work with the community, continue to work and improve the lifestyle of the community, the economy, most importantly, because I think it's important that we support our local economy as well, which we do. There's some great Cajun food right there off Almeda, right there. I don't know if I can mention the name. There's no place like New Orleans. I don't know if anybody's at there, but great Cajun place. There's 3L Lubricants right down the street. My job is to keep this community growing. And once again, with the assistance of Charles X. White, I'm going to work with him and the other civic groups to recruit people from the community. That's my goal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Tomorrow, Bell is talking about Proposition A and B. And remember, in my wrap-up, we want to take a list of all the names that want to tour the plant with us on Tuesday at 10:30. So if you want to join us, we're going to try to get a van or two and have one location to pick everybody up, take them to the plant, and then take them back to Houston Community College where we're going to have a little reception. All right? But I'll cover that in my talk. This is Tamara Bell with Proposition A and B. And then we have Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Y'all mind to know something? Okay. Tamara Bell with Proposition A and B.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to discuss Proposition B. Keith Wade is going to talk about A, but I want to talk about B. I don't know if you all know me. My name is Tamara Bell. I'm the former chairman of the board of the entire Super Neighborhood Alliance from Clear Lake to Kingwood, over 1.8 million people. I'm also the chair of Public Safety and Health and Finance, and I happen to be on a little show called What's Your Point that comes on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on Fox 26. The reason that I'm here because I am so tired of ballots coming out with misleading language. This language on this ballot is called pay parity. For those of you all who don't know, pay parity means equal pay for equal work. A firefighter and a policeman do not do the same task. I love firefighters. They are first responders, but they do not do the same task. I have spoke to multiple levels of the fire department, and I've repeatedly asked them, why did you not compare yourselves to Dallas, San Antonio, Austin firefighters? The reason that that is not the way they went after this is because they are 15% different from those firefighters, and I truly believe they deserve a raise. But they had the opportunity, as Senator Miles said, they were offered a 4% under Anise Parker and a 9.5 under the current mayor that they are refusing. I worked for the state most of my life. I don't ever remember getting a 4%, and I sure as hell never was offered 9.5. In addition to that, when Mayor Lee P. Brown was in office, they had pay parity, and they had something called Evergreen, and he tried to work with them and offer them, and had they taken what he offered then, by now it would be a 36% increase in pay. Now, as Senator Miles said, this is not about being against firefighters, for police, and nothing. I'm here because I'm with you. I am with you. You can't get blood from a Turner. That 98 million got to come from somewhere. So let me let you know where it's going to come from. They're going to cut down firefighters. I'm fighting hard as I can to keep Stringfellow's storefront open. You think if this pass that's going to stay open, it will not. You think if that pass Sunnyside multi-purpose center going to get built, it will not. The fire chief himself said he will have to lay off 700 firefighters. I don't know about you all, but I live in Detroit, and it already take ambulance long enough to come. The police chief has said how long their response time will increase. To me, they're already slow. That's just me. When we really have a problem, we call May. We call May before we call them, because May will get there quicker. So I'm telling you all, this is not about not liking firefighters. And when Marty Langton was up here, he said the term 25% was not in the ballot, so don't believe it. Well, let me remind you all of something, because multiple times HISD has told us we get new schools. This gonna rebuild this, we're gonna do that. How many years did it take for that to finally happen? Just because you don't see it in writing, you need to read the words. This is not 98 million one time. This is 98 million per year. You don't get a raise this year and lose it the next year. This will go into the billions. In addition to that, whatever the police negotiate for, they want to be able to get that as well. The police, if you read the paper, they negotiated for 7%. 4% the first year, 2% the second, 1% the next. So that means their first pay raise will be 29%. How many of you all are getting that? And where you gonna get the tax money to pay for your increase in taxes to cover that? I need you all to look at this for what it's worth. This is about keeping our community. We've already been treated like the least and the last and the lost. This will push us further back in the line. You see, because we still got potholes and we still got streets that we need to be fixed. And we wanted to talk about our drainage problem. Where do you get the money from? I am so sick of the betrayal that I feel is being put on our community and we being bamboozled. Let me tell you what this is. This is a 29% increase in their livelihood. Basically saying, damn with y'all who live in the hood. So I'm telling you, if you don't know me, you need to know me because I'm a realist. I don't sugarcoat nothing. This will kill us. The city is already 100 and some million in the hole. Where do you think they're going to get the 98 million from? I need you all not only to show up, I need you to show out. You need to show that you love your community more than you love an individual's pocket. The police always took the raises. The firefighter pension is 80%. They get 80% of their salary when they walk out the door after the mayor did pension reform. Before that, it was over 100%. How many of you teachers in here that got a cost of living raise? You ain't getting nothing. They have a 3-year moratorium. After that, they get 3% a year. You all get nothing. You all not getting that kind of help. So I'm telling you all, please, please vote against Prop B. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Keith Wade. I'm going to kind of briefly tell you a couple things. As Tamara said, we are here to talk about Prop A and Prop B. Prop A is about rebuild. Apparently there was a lawsuit against the city to argue that the language was not as clear as it should be, so we have to put it back on the ballot. We have to put it on the ballot in November, but nothing, no taxes, no fees, none of that will go out. It'll be the same. We're just putting it in a lockbox. You've heard that term before when in Al Gore used to talk about a lockbox. We're putting it in a lockbox so we can only spend it. We can only spend it for drainage and flood issues. We can't spend it on anything else. When somebody says we got salaries, well, I don't know about you, but when you do a job, you cut in your yard, do you just put the lawnmower out there and it just runs itself across the yard? You gotta have labor. Somebody has to do the work. So the people who do the work do get paid. There are salaries associated with it. So that's all we're doing. Vote for Prop A. And I want to end on this last little bit. I grew up under a guy called Mickey Leland, Congresswoman Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Jackson Lee and Congressman Green. You know, Mickey used to tell me about the business that we are in is sausage making. Sometimes when you're making sausage, you find out it's an ugly process. You don't want to know what's in that sausage. Some of us who grew up in the country, we didn't want to see how our grandfather folks made that sausage because we might not want to eat it. But we're in government, and it's a sausage-making process. I love firefighters. The mayor loves firefighters. But let me tell you what's happening around the country. And that's why I call out the Congress members. We are in an environment where people who look at entities that are run by people of color want to go around them. So now that we have a mayor who looks like us, they don't want us to be able to handle the business. They want to change the way you do business. They want to go directly to the people by referendum. How do you do that? Is Mayor Turner less than Mayor Parker or less than Mayor White? What's the difference? And I hate that my brothers in the Black Firefighters Union, because they separated from 341, because they knew that that had a tendency to be racism practiced in 341. This is a Trump-era move. This is a Trump-era move. That's right. This is folks who don't believe we have the right to run our business
are saying, we're going to go straight to the people and forget what you say. Do not let them do this to Mayor Turner. Do not. Vote no. Vote no on Prop B.
They done up the ante. They done up the ante. They done up the ante. You think if that's something, you wait till I say what I got to say. I don't want to confuse you, but I'm going to lay it out like peanut butter, not crunchy, but smooth. And I'm going to put some apple butter on it too. Y'all know what apple butter is. Now we got former council member Junon Boney, Mayor Pro Tem here today with us. He came across the freeway and making her way. Now we got 10 minutes left. I'm gonna give her 5 and I'm gonna take 5. Okay. And then Reverend Gifford gonna close out. So y'all watch. It's 20 minutes to 11. At 10 minutes to 11, we're going to be closing in prayer. Amen. Come on, Congresswoman. Amen. Your husband's ticking. Y'all come on, because your clock is ticking. I ain't going to let you get into my 5 minutes. You better take yours. I'm going to use all of mine. Congresswoman from the 18th historical congressional district in the House and in representing us in Washington, D.C.
I am reclaiming my time in the name of women. I'm not going to let Brother Charles X. White shorten my time. I'm just going to let him go past his time. How about that? Give him a very big hand. To all of the elected officials that are here, to the county attorney that my eyes are on, to our judicial candidates, but good to see you, County Attorney Vince Ryan. We've served together. Councilman Kubash, thank you. My long-standing, Councilmember Junon Boney, his legacy. What a heritage of his family, and I don't know if we ever say thank you to him for continuing the legacy of his family. He could have done anything else, but he has been a soldier for service, and I just want to thank you. He's one of the first to go after those sex things. Now, y'all have to understand, when I say sex things, I'm talking about those stores and things that were intruding in our neighborhood. We will always be grateful to you. Thank you, Councilmember Boney, very much. To Judge Bernie's there, we're delighted to see you and thank you so very much. Let me do something, Mrs. Boone, that I want to do out of my heart, and I will then be brief on my comments. I just simply want to thank you all. Everybody that's come up has asked you for something. When I say that, ask for that precious vote, or for you to be engaged in getting other people to vote. We need that. We're not frivolous when we come. We're not making light of how important you are. But I don't know if we ever take a moment to say thank you, because I would not be elected if I did not have the armor of all of you who allow us to take controversial stands. And I hope that when you see me take those controversial stands, that you will recognize it is not for self, but it is for others. And you have allowed me to go to the border over and over again to fight for those children who could be ours and who are today at the border, because Homeland Security involves a lot of things. Securing us, but not falsely using innocent persons to act like you are securing the border. When our two colleagues talked about money, you can imagine the money that our governor is spending on border security when the numbers of those crossing has drastically gone down, and they're mostly Central American fleeing from violence, mothers and children. I've seen them with my own eyes. You've allowed me to do that. You have allowed me to take a stand on criminal justice reform because it deals with our community. As Commissioner Ellis and I are joined on bail reform, so that you can get out and get your job to pay the misdemeanor fine that you need to pay. Your young people, your grandchildren, your families. You've allowed me to fight for sentencing reduction. I've introduced a bill to let those who are over 65 and nonviolent, way before we start talking about sentencing reduction, to let them get out of the federal system. They're sick, they're old, why are we still keeping them sitting there? And we have made progress. You've allowed me to do that. You've allowed me to, against whatever they want to throw at you, tell them they're not going to diminish your Medicare and Social Security, even to the point of voting on an amendment on Friday, that they will not diminish, because that's what they want to do, reduce your benefits. See, they're trying to put wool over your eyes. They say, oh, we're for Medicare, but they're reducing your benefits, and I know what it means when you show up and say, no, they don't pay for that, and you work for it. When LBJ put in Medicare, seniors were dying early before that if they didn't have insurance. And so you've allowed me to recognize that we will fall on the spear for them to totally dismantle the Affordable Care Act, but the one thing is the fact of the pre-existing condition, for it deals with no matter what age you are. And you can be perfectly good as long as you have the care for that pre-existing condition, whether it's acne or pregnancy or diabetes or hypertension. And so when I thank you for your vote, it is in fact to recognize that you allow me to be the fighter and to be able to take advantage of the process of governance, which means that I work across the aisles on behalf of you. For most people don't read into the weeds when we are working on amendments and various coalitions of Republicans and Democrats and otherwise. They want to just label you as such. But I will not stop being principled on what you've asked me to be principled on. So let me finish in these moments. Why your vote in this election could be the most significant. The United States Senate is going to be crucial. Your vote is going to be needed for Beto. It is going to be needed for the congressional seats that many of you all are in. And it's going to be needed for providing small business loans and support for a growing business like energy. And we thank you for your leadership. So this is what I've done. I put the first Hurricane Harvey bill of any member of Congress in the United States, bar none. I introduced a bill of $170 billion. The damage was $125. I introduced it because of the knowledge of being on Homeland Security and dealing with hurricanes for the last 15 years. And they had to move the appropriations to my number. The federal government gave the city the first crunch of money, Councilmember knows, down in September when we voted the first crunch of money. As much as FEMA is not perfect, the first crunch of money that you got was federal dollars. And I know it was not perfect, but that allowed people to be in hotels, allowed people to get some food, and that's what it's called, that assistance. We always want to make it perfect. Then as we moved, the second crunch was in February. And out of that came the money that the city is going to see that we are still working to push out, but you've got it. This is what we fought for. $1.2 billion is coming to the city of Houston to repair your home. And $1.2 billion to the county, your relatives and extended, but the way the plan is, Councilmember, is that we're not going to hold people to their income. We're going to work to fix houses from the east to the west to the south to the north. Is that not happening? That's what we're doing. So I want to thank you for the vote, but to let you know that your vote is translated into work. And then finally, you have seen me publicly express my opposition to the president nominee. and I stand on that opposition for the views that are contrary to my constituency and the objectivity that I believe any justice should rise. And we know that there are the benefits of an election. You get to appoint the judges you like. But as I go to my seat, please understand that the Supreme Court is the highest court in the land. It is the land that gave you Brown versus Topeka Board of Education, that opened the doors of education for brown and black people. It is a seismic court. It is a court that deals with your voting rights. It is the very court that took away the Voting Rights Act of 1965 when they voted in the Shelby case. It is the case or the court that criminal justice issues go up to, your last refuge to prove your innocence. That's why I'm so concerned about that court. It is not personal. It is health care. His record shows that he's against pre-existing condition, for getting rid of the Affordable Care Act, against voting rights, against women's rights, against affirmative action, has written profiles about his opposition or disbelief of racial profiling, and he believes that the executive is above the law. Please understand, it is not personal. So, as a member of the Judiciary Committee on the House side, it has been my challenge to articulate while my senators on the Senate side have the final vote, of which they will begin tomorrow, of advice and consent. Anything that you hear in the news that suggests that I had any actions contrary to fighting above board are not accurate. But when you get in the kitchen, all my chefs out here, you got to be able to stand the heat. And I can only stand the heat when I give you my truth and as well my thanks as I've gone around for the kindness that you have shown me and my family. And for that, I will be forever grateful. I'm running for re-election. I put my record on the line, and I also put on the line that whenever you call me, whether it is the family struck in Australia, or the family with a dead body in Cozumel, Mexico, or my Vietnamese brother stuck in Vietnam, or the crisis in Africa with Boko Haram, or your business in 3rd Ward, South Park, or Northeast, Heights, 5th Ward, 2nd Ward, 3rd Ward, 4th Ward, 6th Ward, I just hope that you will view me as someone that will do her very best to get you out of the ditch, even if I get in that ditch with you. I thank all of you so very much. My veterans, stand up, veterans. Wave your hand, veterans, or stand up, veterans. If you're a veteran, if you served in the United States military, then I thank you for your service. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you, Brother Charles X. White.
Thank you, council members.
All right, we're getting ready to get up out of here. Ms. Dawson wanted to make sure, and everybody that wore their T-Pack or Civic Club shirt, I want to thank you. Our next breakfast on the north side is November the 1st. And our next tabletop breakfast is December the 6th here. Now I'm just going to say a couple of things about this this petition. There's a petition that this lady is passing around for the bodies that were found in Fort Bend of black people that were they were building that prison. She wants you to sign it. Now here's what my closing remarks are. What's that? Let me handle these remarks and then we're going to do the announcement. My problem with y'all is y'all good people, but sometimes y'all don't do nothing.
Thank you. That's right.
You're the best people in the world, but you don't do nothing.
Thank you.
I can go 2 miles north, south, east, west in any black neighborhood, and the condition of that black neighborhood has progressively gotten worse for the last 60 years. And 9 times out of 10, the reason it got worse is because you didn't do something. Some people you put in office just because you like it. Ain't got nothing to do with public policy. That's why the streets not done. That's why the sidewalks not done. Now y'all know, as far as I'm concerned, the Democrats and the Republicans do the same thing, which is nothing. Crime, we the #1 bad. Health, we the #1 bad. Education, we the #1 bad. Housing, we the #1 bad. Unemployed, we the #1 bad. What the hell is going on with these representatives? Don't make no difference. Republican, Democrat, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, don't make no difference. But the only reason they're doing that is because you ain't doing something. It ain't them, it's you. Y'all know we purged the road. Miss Dawson. Miss Dawson. Miss Dawson told me, you correct me if I'm wrong, that we have sign-in sheets from 2012 we haven't even put on the road yet. We finna take all y'all off the road. Because you ain't doing that. Oh, let me say it like this here. I can't, and I got 18 months and I'm retiring. That's why I'm trying to hurry you up to do something. You don't need me to do something, you just need to do what I'm telling you. Didn't I tell you before, I don't bring these politicians here to see me. I bring them here to see you. And then you don't even talk to them. You sit over here, they sit over there, you don't even talk to them. You don't get their business card, you don't get their phone number. We work too hard. D. Simon, Sammy, Miss Dawson, Miss Randall, Miss Lewis, Miss Johnson. In 2019 gonna be different, y'all. Now I'm gonna say one thing about this lockbox. See, there was a lot of personal appeals made up here today. I'm neutral. But in 2019, I ain't gonna be neutral. This lockbox under Parker has never been found. There is no lockbox. Parker is the one who started spending the money that was dedicated funds. Y'all act like I said something wrong. I'm in 2019, I don't know when, but I'm going to challenge every black, white, Hispanic politician in this town to debate me on whatever the issue is I got at the time to tell me why is the condition like this. Did y'all hear what I said? Now you see y'all clapping now, because see when you get ready to fight, y'all get ready to go home. But you've been in a fight that at home for 60 years. That's why the school's closing in the black community. So we can't blame the politicians by themselves. Now the people that come to the tabletop breakfast on December the 6th, that's a working breakfast. We're going to lay out the agenda for 2019. We're going to be right back here December 6th at 10 o'clock. I'm going to do one robocall. Because I ain't looking for all y'all. Because all y'all ain't gonna work.
Thank you.
All I'm looking for is the ones that don't work. If we got all those sign-in sheets from 2012, 2014 up to now, we're gonna go through all them individual and ask them, are they ready to work? I heard, now if I'm wrong, and I'm gonna apologize for somebody say I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I heard that Top got a lot of money for this political campaign. I'm still waiting on Top to take up a community issue. See, the problem with all that goes on in the community, people doing these surveys, research and all that, when they write a grant, you're not included. You give the information and they do the grant, get the money, and hire other people, don't hire you. In 2019, we're going to try to change that. From the city to the county to the state. Did y'all hear what I said? Yeah. They got a new program, it's not new, started in 1989 on the East Coast called Anchor Institutions. Universities and medical centers are taking over black neighborhoods. Did y'all hear what I said? And then they come in and tell you what to do. The plan is already in motion to move you out. All this construction and stuff you see, it ain't about you. The only way you're going to make it about you is we get together and have a plan of action for 2019. Now let me tell y'all this. See, they always say these things, I'm going to close on this, and preacher come close inside the crowd. They always say don't take stuff personal. Don't take stuff personal. One time I was talking to Boris Miles in his office, and I got excited, emotional. And when people say you're excited or emotional, that suggests that you're out of control. And they always throw that word out to say, to throw it on you like you out of control.
All right, y'all.
Oh, I used to that. I can tell y'all the clubs. So I say, Boris, I can be passionate and factual. See, that cut back through that. That's what we got to be. We got to be passionate and factual. And to know the facts, that means you got to read, you got to research. You got to discuss with your neighbor. When the last time the black community called all the black politicians into account? Y'all see, y'all don't even know. No, it ain't never happened. And they always telling us this and that. Not that what they saying ain't true, but why we number one on everything negative? Just think about that one thing. I'm going to offer this suggestion and preacher come close us out. Oh, there you go. Y'all know I'm not the smartest man in the room. The dean can tell you that. Because I still got 18 hours to finish to graduate. But let me tell you this. If you want to do something for your children, grandchildren, and yourself, one of the best things you can do now is spend time understanding what public policy is and how you can manipulate it and get your congressperson, state senator, state rep, city councilman, and county commissioner to follow your instruction on public policy. The city of Houston got plenty of money. I met with one director for the city, and he told me, he said he got money from 1995 he ain't been able to get to spend. Now, on that personal thing, y'all know that Sylvester Turner stood right here. He stood right there on the north side in front of the north side people and said he was going to make sure Charity Production had money to do the work that it was doing, to keep doing it and doing it better. Something to that effect. I ain't seen the money yet. Now, that ain't personal. I don't get no money from the city no way. And I tell y'all over and over, if I didn't have my contract in Port Arthur, I'd be somewhere else. But I'm working here in the neighborhood, been doing this. And then I got to fight with y'all about bringing new people out. Join TPAC, buy a t-shirt. Y'all work me too hard. I'm old. Yes, you are. Shut up, Gino. I've been halfway around the world. I need to see the other half. And I'm finna leave y'all so I can see the other half. I bet you I am. Now, I want to dedicate 2019 to giving you all the tricks and the traps on public policy, this, that, and the other as I can, because y'all gonna have to teach your children and grandchildren something. Because y'all done blow me out. I done lost 2 pounds up here. I've been sweating since I got here. But seriously now, when we send out the robocall, we gonna do this. Miss Dawson cleared our roll of 6,000 people before. We had over 12,000 people on our roll. But we finna turn that into a political machine. And you can be a part of it. And contrary to what they say, y'all, they never heard me cuss nobody out. But that's what they say, man. Oh, come on, Miss Lewis. Now, tell them what it is. This is Northside City Club.
So this is Northside City Club, St. Perry City Club. We've been here for over 30 years, 34 years. And I'm here today because thank you, Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee, for supporting what we're trying to do. We're trying to revitalize Jensen Drive, that area. And we started 5 years ago under the leadership of Pastor David Smith at New Bethlehem Church. And so this is our 5th year, and we come out here and try to support Southside, and we're asking you to come to the North Side on October the 20th. 10 o'clock, the parade starts. We will have vendors. We will have the food bank truck. We will have everything for the family. We give scholarships, and so we want you to know that we love Southside, but I'm not moving the South. I'm on the North Side, and I support the North Side. So thank you, Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee and all the other people who are trying to make a difference. We are trying to revitalize Jensen Drive.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thought there may have been some breakfast stuff left, but it might be gone by now. And And I want to make note, there is some fruit on the table over there, maybe, that you could get on your way out. And we thank you for coming, and we want to thank you for support. You're awesome people. I want you to give yourself a hand. Would you bow your heads, please? Lord, how we praise you and how we thank you. We are overjoyed by what our hearts have felt on this day, the dedication, the commitment that we felt from leaders and followers alike that have made up their mind that they were going to serve the people, because they know by serving the people, they are serving our Father. Because truly, his work is our work. And so we are committed to make a difference in the time frame that he gives us on this planet. We thank you for our leader, Lord. We thank you for his passion for community. And whatever way it's communicated, it's a passion. It's a love for people. It's a desire to make a difference. And so, Lord, we thank you for him. Keep him in the palm of your hand. And then all of these civic club leaders that have a passion, and state representatives and Congress people, Lord, we just thank you for what they are doing. And we give you all the glory, and we give you all the praise, and we give you thanksgiving. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, my TV show is this evening at 4 o'clock. My TV show is on Uverse 99.